Hi, my name is Melody Lake, and I'm going into sports media and journalism, and this is how I got here. I think it's kind of funny because BYU was never my plan. I came from a University of Utah family, and that was where I was set to go for almost ever. I didn't even want to apply to BYU until my junior year when my mom forced me to come on a tour here. We were already touring UVU, and I hated UVU. And it felt like almost every college that I had attended, either I felt so out of place or I felt so young looking compared to everybody else. I felt like I was just a baby and I didn't deserve to be anywhere else. So we were in Orem attending a UVU tour, and afterwards we went to Hobby Lobby, and my mom was like, hey, what if I just schedule a BYU tour for you? And I'm like, cool, we can go. I'd never been on campus at that point, but I was so sure I did not want to go to BYU. And so she called. There was no appointments available, so we continued shopping. 20 minutes later, we got a call that if we were at BYU in the next 10 minutes that I could get a tour. So we quickly hurried over and I got a tour, and I was talking to my tour guide. He was like one of the nicest guys ever. And the second we stepped into the marketing building, I was overcome with the spirit and knew that I needed to come to BYU. It was insane. I felt like I got hit with a brick of realization of where I needed to be. And so after we had toured, after I went home, I actually had to drive to I had already finished applying because my mom said you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. So I had already applied, but it got me started on wanting to do scholarships and anything possible I could to understand and learn more about BYU because I only wanted to go there from then on. After being here and touring, I was at State Swim, and State Swim for my region, I think in the state of Utah in general, is always held at BYU's pool. And the year previous, I hated being at BYU's pool because I was a little Utes fan and I wanted to just bag on BYU as much as I possibly could. But that year that I had toured campus, I literally loved my experience there. When my friends one of my friends got out of the pool and was like, that was the worst I'd ever swim, but they want me to come swim here. And I was like, what are you talking about? Did you just get recruited to swim for BYU? And he was like, no, I opened my acceptance letter. Melody, have you not even checked? And so it was literally 3 events before when I was supposed to swim, and I was supposed to be in the pool warming up for my event, but I was too worried about reading if I got accepted or not. So I was smashing and spamming random combinations of usernames and passwords because I couldn't even remember mine. And my mom purposely wasn't sending it to me because she was worried that I had gotten rejected. She didn't want me to go and have to swim in the pool that I just got rejected in. But by some miracle, I entered in the right username and the right password, and I got on it to see that I had gotten accepted to BYU, and then I got to swim in their pool for 10 minutes later. And it was the best event I had ever swam. Well, it wasn't the best time I've ever swam, but it was the most fun that I've ever swam because I was just so happy to be in BYU and going to BYU and swimming at BYU at that time. It's kind of crazy. I'm the first ever in my extended family and in my family to even get into BYU. So it was a really big blessing, and just how everything worked out for me, and especially that I'm here now, just feels like God's plan for me. I didn't even want to apply here, and then it turned into the best school that I ever wanted to go to. And even though my family never got in or anything, somehow I got in, and I just feel like the Lord really did set up everything for me to get here, and that's how I got here. That's how I'm at BYU.